Well, hello everyone. This is Laszlo from beautiful Raleigh, North Carolina. Hope y'all can see me. This is a video about me planting a tomato plant so everybody can see how to do it correctly. And for beginners, it'll probably help you out. First, I had these wood chips over here, so I moved the wood chips back so I could plant underneath it into the soil directly. And right now I'm digging out the soil so I can plant this tomato plant, this sweetie tomato plant next to me on my right, on your left. And I'm digging this out. I'm going to go as deep as possible to plant this because tomato plants like to be planted deep so they can get a real good root system established. And that way they take up most of the nutrients that's in the soil, provided you've got a good soil that's got the nutrients to take up it. As you notice, I'm digging this out as we speak. And now this soil that I have in here, this has been established by me for the past 2 years, 2.5 years, ever since I started this gardening. I started making this bed back in December of 2010. And I started doing it by using the square foot gardening way. And so I mixed a lot of amendments in here. When I started out originally, I had compost in here. I had chicken manure, cow manure, mushroom compost, humus, and vermiculite, and ezomite, and peat. So I had a good mixture. And over the past couple of years, I just have added more to it as far as originally I also had worm castings in here also. Originally with the square foot gardening deal, I had the worm castings also. But since then, I have ordered worms that I started in my worm bin, and I put not only fresh worm castings on top of the soil as an amendment to wash in, but I also added worms along with it. So this soil has worms in there also. There's worms in there and eggs and all, and that hatch eventually. All right, so I'm going down here pretty deep. As you can notice, my arm is disappearing in here. And let's see how deep this is. I'm gonna try to put this pot in here to see how far it goes in there, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so let's see how far this goes down in here. Let's see, that's pretty good. That's real good. Perfect right there. Because I'm gonna take these bottom leaves off. I don't know if you can see it over there, but there's 1, 2, 3. These 3 all the way up to here. I'm gonna take it off, everything on the bottom. And I'm gonna fill it in so all the roots over here will establish on the side of the stem. You're gonna have roots establishing coming out of there, so it'll be a much thicker and heavier plant when it grows. Now let me see if I can get this out of here, but before I do that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna prepare this soil at the bottom. At first I'm gonna add some ezomite. I'm gonna mix this in there. I'm gonna mix this in here. And what I'm gonna do also is on the very bottom of the plant, I'm also gonna put dolomite. They call it garden lime. It's dolomite is what it is. Right here, dolomite. And I'm gonna add a little bit of this on the bottom. I'm almost out of this stuff. I gotta go get some tomorrow. They got it ordered for me. So I'm gonna put this much on the bottom, directly underneath the plant, and I just work it in to the soil, the very top layer. So this roots will get this right away as soon as they hit it. Now I'm gonna take this out of here. I'm gonna take this plant out of this bucket, and let's see if I can get this. Well, let me remove this leaves first. 1, 2, 3. Hi, Dominica.
Hey, Mr.
I'm making a video here, so don't mind me. I got my neighbor looking at my chickens with their baby. Anyway, so I'm gonna loosen this up. You're welcome to come back here, Dominica.
Oh, you're on the phone, or?
No, I'm making a video. Okay, let's see if I can loosen this up. Here we go. It's coming. There you go. Okay, so we got this. See, we got a nice little root system established. I even have a worm in here. Very good, excellent. So what I'm going to do is I'm let me get it around here. Get it around here. What I'm gonna do is loosen it up a little bit. Loosen up the bottom. There you go. So now I'm gonna drop it in there. Now, the next thing I'm gonna do is to take and add more lime around the top of it before I fill it in. I'll add a little bit more lime. I'll sprinkle it around the edge. Just sprinkle it in there. And then I'm going to add some more azomite also. That's trace minerals. Add that in there. A little cooking. And then what I do is I take this and water it now. I give it a good watering. So it's established all water in the bottom. Okay, so that's good. Now, I take the soil that I took out of here, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to mix this up with some, I'm going to take some azomite, I'm going to mix it all in here, and then I'm going to take, I think I'll give more azomite. We've got lots of trace minerals in here. We're going to take more, and we're going to mix this up real good, and okay, and then we're going to add more of the lime as I fill it in. So let's see. Oh, before I do that, I'm going to also put this in there. Mix this in there. This is chunky perlite. And chunky perlite, and it says naturally occurring siliceous rock. It says maintains optimum moisture and nutrients retained for superior plant health. And then it says promotes aeration and drainage, sterile and pH neutral, ultra lightweight, and it's for soil and the hydroponics. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to mix a bunch of it in here. Mix a bunch over here, like that. Make sure not to breathe it in. Okay, I think that should be enough. Okay, so now we're going to mix this up. This will make it real fluffy. The soil will be real fluffy, and that way you can obtain the moisture, you know, keeps the moisture, and it takes the nutrients better because it's aerated. It's got oxygen, and so now that I got this mixed, I'm going to fill the hole back in. Now, let's start with, first of all, we're going to straighten this out before I go any further, but let me start filling it in. One, there we go. Fill this bad boy in. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have to hold that up. Let me see if I can establish this like that. There we go. There we go. There we go. And a little bit more. And a little bit more. And then what I do is I give it a little tap, you know, to make sure it's solid, no air pockets in there. And then I fill in the rest. I fill in more. And then add some dolomite on the top. Add some more lime on the top. This calcium and magnesium is what this is. This will promote not having bottom rot on your tomatoes. And I mix this all in there. I just mix it into the soil a little bit. Okay, and I add more of this. Fill it in. And let's see if I can do this. Okay. Now remember, I already watered it once on the bottom, but now we're going to have to water the top to get it all moist so it can start rooting on the side of the plant. In fact, I might even take this bottom leaf branch off also. There's another one, the fourth one. I'm going to take that off too. We don't need that. It'll survive. It'll grow more. Okay, here we go. See that? There you go. Build this up. You're gonna have a mound over here. There we go. And I'm doing this today. Today's a good day to do it. I did it yesterday. I did more yesterday. The weather was in the 60s and low 70s. Not even, it just barely hit 70. And this is, I usually would not do it in the morning. I usually do it at nighttime, like after 4 o'clock, when the sun starts going down, because the sun is not as strong, and you get the plants to establish themselves. Okay, let's see if I can bring this up. Let's build this up, baby. Real good. Because see, eventually it's going to settle because all the rains and stuff. So we want to build this up real good. So when it settles, it has plenty of soil and good dirt around it. By the way, this whole, all the dirt that I took out, I'm putting back in. Almost all of it. And there we go. And that should do it. There's one more like that. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tap it down like that. Let me add some little bit more. I got some more left here. I can add it on there. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take it and water it real good at the end on the top. I'm gonna give it the final watering, because this will hold the water. The moisture will be held by the wood chips once I cover it up. So I'm gonna water it real good and all the way out to the edge, all the way onto the very edge of what the where I planted right here. So it goes all the way down and absorbs it by the. There you go. Now that should do it. Now, then I take this, move that out of the way first. And so I use this carpet, this bathroom carpet with the rubber back on it to kneel on, because otherwise it'd be pretty rough on my knees on. Anyway, back to this. I'm gonna take this now. I'm gonna put it all. Look how deep I'm putting it. You see how deep that is? It's like 3 inches deep. I built it up real good, like a mound, just like the one next to it. Let's see here. Let me get on the other side. And make sure that this is straight over here. So we're going to straighten it out a little bit so it grows straight. That's good. It looks good. Looks real good. Let me guys block the camera for a minute. Well, I might even block it. Get the big chink out of there. There we go. And we got yourself a tomato plant planted properly. There you go. And give it a sprinkle on top so the wood is moist. Like that. Hi, Dominica. You still here? Oh, hold on. And get a final shot and you're all done. And that is how you plant tomato plants correctly, properly, with the so they grow like crazy. Thank you for watching.